Hi guys, RIB, Robert Imbronic, inspirational speaker, inspirational coach, and author of Soul Survivor, How an Abandoned Child Went From Nothing to Everything, published by New Holland. Now today, we're going to talk about the power of visualization, okay? So visualize your success. Visualize your success. So remember, if you're watching this, remember to share this, all right? It's some very powerful information. It's the first time, you're the first to watch this, that we're gathering together all of the years of knowledge and experience, as you know, as a coach, as well as an author, as well as a speaker, all in one place, right? To make it easy for you, for the people who want to share their story, want to turn their story into a book, who want to move people, right? Who have a message, right? Or maybe who want to increase their brand, or maybe want to take that brand into a place where they can monetize it, all right? So this is the power of sharing this material, and I'd love you to do that. Thanks so much. All right, so let's get on to today's segment. So I'm very excited about today's segment as well, for a couple of different reasons. Now, one reason is because, this is probably one of the most important parts in our life, and that's whether we're writing a book or not, right? Visualizing is extremely powerful, right? So let me just break it down like this. So in the context of a book. So now if I say to myself, look, I don't believe my book is worthy. I don't believe nothing's going to really happen from it. I don't really believe that it's really a good idea. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I'm probably wasting my time. If I take on that idea or that philosophy, that's point number one. Number two, I think my book is going to be great. I'm so happy because it gives me a chance to positively impact the lives of thousands, millions of people potentially, right? In a really positive, powerful way. And I can't wait to get this information out there. I can't wait for people to feel what I feel, to take this on board and to be able to write their books in a tenth of the time, get it done and get some amazing material out there. Now, which one of those two do you think is going to have more success? Right? Exactly. It doesn't take a genius to work it out. So how we prep our mind gives us the result. If we believe that something's going to work, there's a much greater likelihood it's going to work. If we believe that something will not work, there's a much greater likelihood that it won't work, right? So what we want to do is that, okay, a book is an adventure. It's also work, it's a mission, right? It's something of great importance. Now, why wouldn't we want it to be a success? We're spending all this time, input, energy, right, to do it in the first place. So let's make it a successful adventure for us, right? Okay, so then I'll give you a little story. So I was playing basketball. I was pretty good, but I wasn't great. And one area where I struggled was shooting, right? For some reason, I didn't have the confidence that I could shoot. Because what we're talking about now is that if you're already confident, that's great. But I'm talking to the people that perhaps are not in that place. So how do we get from that place of not being confident to that place of being confident? How do we do that? So what I did is that, I took on board this visualizing seriously, right? So let's just give you a few little ground rules, or the ground game. So what happens is that your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined most of the time. Because when you visualize in the way I'm about to show you, the hormones fire in the same sequence as though it's happening in real life. The brain doesn't know the difference between the two. So what happened was that, as I mentioned before, I struggled with shooting. There's two aspects to this. One is a physical game. Now, physically, I was able to do it. I showed up. I would shoot the shots, right? Using the correct style. I would do all of that. So physically, my body was trained within that technique or that method of shooting the ball. In the same way as writing a book, we went through the title, the book summary, the contents broken down, each chapter, the 3 points, the 2 stories, right? Remember that? The one emotion that sums it all up. This is the same thing. We're practicing as I was shooting a ball. So then what happened was then there's a mental game. Now the mental game was where I was lacking. Whenever I would shoot the ball, I was like, I don't think that's going to go in. Or, not sure what's going to happen with that one, right? I wasn't confident. So what I did is that I got my mind into the game. I sat down like I'm doing now. Quietly, I'd close my eyes and I would imagine me being in the game. I would imagine that buzzer winning shot that I wanted to hit, always wanted to hit, but didn't have the confidence to actually take up until that point. So I would imagine being marked closely by somebody. I'd imagine pushing off and getting the ball from the inbound, right? What the ball felt like. So using all your senses, all of your emotions, right? That's the key. Emotion, energy, emotion. So I'd visualize what it felt like touching the ball, right? The ribs through the ball, like the lines through the ball, what it felt like in my hand. And I would feel the pressure of the moment. I would feel the pressure of the crowd, screaming. I'd feel the pressure of the clock counting down. I'd feel the pressure of my teammates looking at me going like, come on, Rob, do something, right? I'd feel that. I'd feel the nerves that I had of having a ball in my hand with entrusted to take that last shot. And then I would also feel like physically the sweat dripping down my face, So all of these things I would visualize. It's about a 10 to 15 second movie that we're visualizing, by the way. Then I would visualize ripping the ball through, past my opponent, creating a space, maybe a dribble, jumping in the air, stepping off, taking that shot. The ball leaving my hands, right, and heading towards the basket. And I visualize that, and feel that moment of silence where everyone's looking at the ball, right? And then I would visualize seeing that ball hit the base of the net, meaning goes through the rim and just there's no what we call is like nothing but net, meaning it's been a beautiful shot, right? Doesn't even touch the rim, straight in and then the ball drops down onto the floor. And I would visualize all of that and visualize the relief, followed by the elation of making that shot. I would visualize my teammates jumping on top of me, right? Feel the sweat, the smell, BO, not very nice, but it doesn't matter. Right? I'd smell all of that, right? And then me rising up going like this with my fist, like, yeah! So I'd visualize all of that, right, in a 10 to 15 second movie. Guess what happened? Yep, way ahead of me. Over time, not much time, I began to do that in the game. And sometimes it would mean taking that shot. Most of the time I would hit it, sometimes I would miss. But I took the shot. Before I didn't even want to get free for the ball. Wouldn't even want to be on the court, right? Some other times it showed up differently. It showed up as me making an interception or a defensive move or a dunk or grabbing a rebound that was crucial. Because basketball is a game of momentum. Momentum coming against you, momentum going with you. And it's about managing your emotions during those shifts, right? So that's why one play can change the game, because it's about momentum, right? So now bring this into the confines or the context of your book. So maybe for you, success looks like, having your book launch at your favorite restaurant with all your friends there. You on stage with a microphone, speaking in, going, guys, thank you so much for coming. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I made it this far. I can't believe this is happening, but I'm here. The book is done. Here it is. Thank you for supporting it. Thank you for buying it. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you so much. Now that for you might be your success, your 10 or 15 second movie that basically, enraptures, encapsulates what that success looks like for you. Maybe that's it. Okay? For some of you, it might be that you want to be a best-selling author. So 5,000 books or something sold, and you can visualize an event around that, where you sold 5,000 books and you're like, yeah, all right? That might be it for you. Okay? So it's about you creating that 10 to 15 second movie of you succeeding, right? And what that tastes like, feels like, touches like, senses like, all your senses working towards it. And what you do, and what I did with the basketball, was before I go to sleep, before I literally sleep, I visualize it. And when I wake up in the morning, before my feet touch the floor, I visualize it again. And at various points during the day, I'll just visualize it, right? It would just be my go-to visualization, right? Now remember, the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. That's what we're doing now, right? And it works. It really works. So for you now, with your book, right, we've been through up to this is probably number 19 or something. We have two left. After that, there'll be a live event, okay, in which we'll wrap up and sum up all this information into an online course, right? And then we can wrap it and sum it all up as well. If you want to do some one-on-one coaching, we've got all of that stuff coming. But you've been through 19 now of these, okay? Go back through them, check them out, refer to them often. The keys are all in there, right? The keys are all in there, okay? So I just want to congratulate you for getting this far, right? Because you obviously take this seriously, right? Which is the key. You got to commit. If you don't commit, then this isn't worth it. So you got to commit. So thank you for sharing this. Remember, there's a free discovery call. You have these tools available to you, a cheat sheet, exactly how to write a book, how to do this. Discovery call, 45 minutes with me, and that goes through wherever you are in your journey, whether you started and don't know where to go, whether you finished and don't know how to stop, right? That's also how it affects some people too. Or whether you're in two minds about this whole thing, right? Or whether you want to take this to branding and create opportunities for you to create income from your book by wrapping it into your brand, right? Maybe that's the conversation that you want to have. That discovery call, it's all of those things. Whatever is pertinent to you at the time that is pertinent to you, all right? So I really do encourage you to take those on board. And remember, share, because what this is really truly all about is about giving people a methodology that's easy to follow, right? That they can then release their book. And what is a book? A book is an answer to something that we're facing. It's an answer to a problem, right? It's empowering, okay? It's uplifting, right? These are the reasons why I want to do this. Like Stephanie I mentioned before, you know, she wants to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people. 1 billion people, right? It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. So now, remember why you're doing this. Tap into your why. We went through this in the very, very beginning, right? Purpose is powerful because purpose will help to reinforce your vision, help to reinforce your visualization, right? Powerful stuff. Okay, thanks for spending this time with me. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now.